Hi, welcome to the Digadop Help demo. My name's Steve Wasula. I'll be walking you through Digadop Help today. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll start out with a brief overview of Digadop Help. We will then do a demo of the end user experience, then the administrator experience, and talk about next steps, what you can do if you're interested in Digadop Help. So Digadop Help is designed to deliver context-sensitive help to Salesforce users. It's able to deliver very targeted help on record pages, lightning pages, on community pages. It can work on Visualforce pages and also on the utility bar. It also works in Salesforce mobile and communities. It is a Lightning Web component, so it does not require any additional software to be installed on a client machine as a browser plugin, as a browser extension. It works natively within Salesforce. And it can deliver help targeted based on the application they're in, based on the page a user is on, based on their profile. If they're on a record page, it can detect the object and the record type. And then it can deliver articles, which are rich text articles. It can deliver videos. It can deliver file attachments and deliver URLs as well. So how are people using Digadop Help? Common use cases. Our company, Stony Point, has been around since 2011, delivering end user training and technical training. And we actually developed Digadop Help as a reinforcement for instructor-led training engagements. We see companies oftentimes do quite a good job of the initial rollout of Salesforce and driving user adoption at that point. But after the rollout ends, we see a decrease in user adoption many times due to turnover, due to people forgetting what they learned in training. And so we developed Digadop Help initially as a reinforcement tool, so that after we created content, after we created learning guides and videos and recorded our sessions, that we had somewhere relevant to put the information. So we used it as a reinforcement. As we've seen the product grow, we also see our customers using it for upskilling and onboarding, right? So they've done the training, but now they have new people joining. And so how do they get those people up to speed? It's expensive to, do in-person training for every new hire, and you're not often hiring in bulk. So how do you provide those people with a good onboarding experience and then upskilling as well, right? Teaching people new things. They learn the basics in training, but how do you teach them the next things? And then another big use case is release management. Instantly making release information available to users on pages that are actually affected by the release. You see huge release notes come out from Salesforce of 150-page release notes that nobody reads and it's not relevant. How do you figure out what's relevant to you? And organizations send out emails announcing changes, but again, they're big emails, and then emails get lost as well. But one of the things that Digadop Help really helps with is being able to say, this particular user on this particular record type is going to be affected by this particular change in the release. And so you can use Digadop Help to target just that person just on that screen and give them just the information about that release. We have one customer who does 4 major releases a year and 9 minor releases, who utilizes Digadop Help to manage that process, in addition to their normal processes like email releases and things like that. And then all of these activities serve to reduce the number of cases that customers submit, the number of calls that customers submit. And then, it does, as we said before, it makes people more effective, because instead of having to ask for support and wait for an answer, they can answer the question themselves, and they don't have to go search a knowledge base looking for the answer, because the most common questions are going to be presented to them automatically. So, all right, so let's take a look. I'm going to do the end user experience demo now. We'll walk through what help looks like on a home page. We'll walk through what it looks like on a record page, in the utility bar, what it looks like in a console application, what it looks like on a community, and then what it would look like on mobile. So let's go ahead and jump over here. This is the Salesforce organization that I'm in, and you can see I'm on the home page. And the unlike that was not intended, but unlike in-app guidance and other tools that are intrusive that I have to click away, to dismiss, our product is not intrusive. It sits on the screen as a simple help button and allows the user to do whatever they want on the screen, and only presents help when they ask for help. So if I click help here, you'll see that the page loads. In this case, we're using it actually as a system update announcement. So you can see here the changes that took place within the system update. You can break the help up into sections. And so you can break the sections up however you want. You can build articles. You can build attachments, URL links, and you can embed videos as well into the application. And so that's what it would look like on the home page. If we were to go to a record page, for example, Burlington Textiles weaving plant generator, you'll see the help is also embedded over here. What you may have noticed is the help opened automatically. This is because when we configured the help for this particular record, for this particular profile in this particular application, we told it that this help should automatically open because we wanted them to automatically see this video of the new opportunity stage. And so it opened automatically to be able to play that video. But again, not intrusive, right? The user can go and do whatever they need to do, and the help they can easily close the help if they want, but they can still do their work without that. So that's what it would look like on a particular record page. Now, one of the other things, our customers told us is that, well, a lot of times, we have our employees come and say, how do I build a list view? How do I build a report? And Salesforce makes it very difficult to present that information, on these pages. So what we've utilized is the utility bar within your application, and you can embed help within the utility bar. And again, you could put major releases down here, and then here's a video on how to create a list view. So this would be a great place to put general help as well, making it easily available and obviously available to your end users on the utility bar. And so we can also target different content by application. I'm going to switch over here to the Sales Console. And what you'll see within the Sales Console is I can navigate to different records. This is a Bertha Boxer record, and this is a slightly different page layout specifically designed for the console. And you'll see again, we announced a new lead status, and so that popped open automatically for that user. If I come over to Burlington Textile account and look at the account record, in this case, we did not create help on the account record, but when we navigate over here to one of the opportunity records, you'll see that once again, the help pops up on a slightly different layout specific for the console. And then that's how we can do it within the normal Salesforce user interface. We've built a customer community / experience cloud out here just to demonstrate how the help could be embedded into the community. And one of the things that, because we're using Lightning Web Components, the help button is going to automatically inherit the styles of your community. And we put it up here. You can obviously put it anywhere on the page, but in this case, you click the help button and you'll see that it identifies that this is on the customer experience, and there's content there about using the customer portal. So that's what it looks like within a community. And so the last thing to show you is what it would look like on a mobile device. And so this is what it looks like on a mobile device. So because it's a Lightning Web component, it gets it automatically flows down into the screen with the help button. And then when they click on the help button, it just expands. It just expands within the mobile device. So it'll work, with Salesforce Mobile, it'll work on the Field Service Lightning app. And so that's what that looks like. All right. So then the next thing is, what does it look like from an administrator experience, right? So we'll talk about how we set it up, page layouts, creating content, organizing page layouts, assigning page layouts, and some of the analytics. So let's jump over to that. So because I'm an admin in here, I get an admin button. If I wasn't a Digadop admin, I would not see this button. But because I'm an admin, I can jump over here into the administrator interface. And here it detected where I was. So it took me right to that particular layout. And I can give the basic, information about the layout. And then here's where I create content. And I can drag and drop content however I want, lay this out however I want, and put the different types of content on it. As I'm building my page layout, I can easily add new content. And so I can select existing content and search for existing content, or I could add new content and I can pick, what do I want to put up there? I can pick an article and I can call this, demo, and go through all of that, and then have it automatically added to the page. So I can build my content, organize my content. This content, one piece of content, can be on as many different page layouts as we want. And then finally, I come down here to the bottom, and this is where I decide where do I want to put, sorry, I always the best practice to save things. Where do I want to put this? Where do I want this page to display? So I come in here to add, and then I can choose, am I displaying it on a Lightning application, in Classic, in a community? In this case, I'll say it's Lightning. I can say, do I want to do it on an object or a page? In this case, I'm doing an object. And then which object is it? I can search for the object, and I can assign it by record type. If there's no record type defined, which is the case here, then you just get the master record type. And then I pick which profiles am I targeting, right? And so I'll just say, well, maybe I'm targeting the marketing profile and the customer support profile. And then which application am I targeting? And I'll say, what about my sales and service console? And then I'll hit, this is the summary. This is where it's been targeted. And then I'll save that. And so now I will save again as the best practice. And so now that will show up on again, you can see where is it defined. It's going to show up for really all profiles and all applications, but I could take that away, and then it would show up for the marketing user on any application, the system administrator on any application, but the marketing profile is only going to show up on the sales console, and so on and so forth. And so that's how we go about assigning it. And then the last thing that I want to show you real quick is the analytics on each and every, we have content, we have layouts, we have users. And what we can do is we can detect everybody who's viewed it, how long they've viewed it for. And we can go into a particular piece of content and say, well, let's look at all of our videos and see how many people looked at the new opportunity stage piece of content. And so here I can look at the logs and see how often that has been viewed by which users and how often. Now, obviously, this is a demo org, and I'm the only one really demoing, so I view it all the time. But you can look at other users we have in here and see, what users are doing as well. And then because we're logging all this information, you can also go here and run help and look at, which content is being viewed the most. And so, this can give you insight into which pieces of the application maybe are most confusing to the end users, and help you determine which screens might need to be revised. And so you can also look at, top utilizers, people who, don't utilize it, things like that. And then you can also look at, page visits in general. You can actually, because every page that our help button is on is tracking interaction, whether or not they click on the help or not, you can start to see, your actual utilization of the system and get some analytics in that way as well. Okay, so that concludes the demonstration of Digadop Help. And so next steps, if you are interested in learning more, you want to schedule a meeting to talk about how it might work in your organization, or you want to get a quote, you can visit us at digadop.com and talk to us then. Thank you very much for your time. Have a great rest of your day.